So, just had my dinner, and I opened up a Napa Cab. So I opened up a Picket 2018, and as much as I really do like this, and the reason I have a 2018 at Napa is because I had the 16, and the 16 was really something special. This is a good wine. It's about $40. So is the 16. So I bought, I think, 3 or 4 of the 18s, and I do believe it's a really nice Napa Cab. It's just not as good as the 16, so I probably won't buy this one again. The price point, I feel like I get some other things from other places like Spain, Rioja's Especial Selection is one that comes to mind for $40-something, which is just an amazing wine. So I'm gonna be fair, and I did have this with my dinner, and it was nice. It worked with my tomahawk steak. I'm gonna try these again. So I'm gonna try the Mondavi. We'll try the Summers Andriana's Cuvée, the Horse Heaven Hills, and then the Picket. So first, I just want to, let's see, start with the rum Mondavi and see how it maybe evolved. Got a little bit more air in the glass. The aroma changed. More maple syrup molasses. Like molasses on the nose, which is nice. That's something you typically get from a cab, though. It smells very different, though. Just, it looks dark and brooding. It just doesn't taste dark and brooding. I think it's colored. This wine's very deceiving. I know there's something called Mega Purple, and I wonder if this has it in it. It just, the alcohol content should be far higher. The tannin structure should be far higher for this darkness. I mean, this thing is dark. You can't see your fingers through this wine. It's got to be manipulated. It tastes light and thin, but it looks deep and dark. It's very bizarre, very odd wine. So I feel like it's made that way on purpose, to look a certain way, to taste a certain way. It's mild tasting. That's what I would call it, a mild tasting Cabernet. Would I know that's Cab? Probably not. Probably not. Let's see how the Summers Andriana's Cuvée. Now, just for edification, 2017 is a good vintage out of California. Still, that stewed fruit's still there. Stewed vegetables. I called it ratatouille earlier. It just has this aroma that I don't... Something about it, and I can't put my finger on it. It's almost like a rotten vegetable. I just don't like that aroma. I really don't. It's opposite. Like, this aroma's not that bad, and then the taste is bland. And then this smells just not appealing. Like, I would never guess this is Napa Cab, ever. Or not in Sonoma, California Cab. And now this tastes hot. The tannin structure is a little less. I just don't like this wine. It's got a spiciness to it. Black pepper. I mean, this again doesn't taste like Cab. I would guess something different. Syrah, like a cheaper Syrah. Sort of reminds me of the Rombauer Zinfandel a little bit. The tannin structure's there, but other than that, it just lacks in pleasantries and pleasant flavors. No, I just don't like it. I don't like either of those. I mean, honestly, This is less bad for $10, and it's 17. But this just looks different than it tastes. This should look much paler. Like I said, I think it's just colored. So let's see the Horse Heaven Hills now. Green pepper coming through now. So of course the word for those types of aromas is escaping me, but it's got that right now, green pepper, which you can get at a cab for sure. Ironically, the Pickett, with 2016 Pickett, the first time I had it, had an intense green pepper where I was so disappointed. I had a glass of wine, I corked it, didn't touch it. The next day, that green pepper blew off, and the wine had extreme elegance and dark fruit, good tannin. It was awesome, which is why I want more. This doesn't have that same characteristic. This one's better when you pop it, like immediately. It's sort of ready to go. Doesn't really need a lot of decanting. Definitely can help. And I'm not going to have more than maybe a quarter or a third tonight. I'll have more tomorrow, and I bet you it'll be far better tomorrow. This wine, this Pickett seems to go better with some decanting or just some air to it. This Horse Heaven Hills, really had higher hopes for it, to be honest. It's disappointing me. Very green. Very, very green on the nose now. That green pepper is intense. It's just a lot of green pepper. Short-ish finish. I don't think, I mean, it's another dark. This has more brickish tones. Like, this is so purple. This has what you would think of more of a natural wine color, but again, it's very dark. No, I don't like this either. So this one got worse. The Horse Heaven Hills got worse. I'm going to cork all these tonight. I'm going to try them again tomorrow night. I don't really think they're going to get better. I think these are sort of get what you get. When you're in this price range, when you're buying Cabernet from California, I tried. I really did. I thought maybe, I mean, this has tannin, but it's just lacking. So here's the Pickett. Dark color. It smells differently. It's got a little bit of greenness, but it's not like this, which is all green vegetables. This has the dark berries too. I smell the oak, cedar in a nice way. And that's the elegance right there. The tannin structure, the length. I guess I never really realized that that length you get on the palate is huge for this. I'm still tasting it, even now. Whatever number of seconds that is. It's a good wine. It's not as good as the 2016, though. It just isn't. It's a good wine. Maybe this one's needs a little bit more time or more decanting. We'll see how the Pickett is tomorrow, too. I'm going to probably do all 4 of these tomorrow. I think I'm definitely going to do all 4 of these tomorrow. Do a little, I've never done something like this to buy some wines. I know I did it with the Trader Joe's. And the Trader Joe's, the whites were okay, more characteristic. The reds were dreadful. I mean, so dreadful. The red blend being like grandma's house with potpourri and Bengay. This isn't like that. These are more drinkable, but I'm not enjoying them. I'm enjoying the Pickett, but it's $40, and the point of this was to see if there's anything sub 15. I went with that 10, 17, 15. I wonder where the Sterling would land here, but I remember the Sterling had a good body, good tannin structure. I mean, this is just finished, just ended pretty much. I mean, that's a 1-minute finish. That's a hell of a finish. And this actually does have a little bit of that green component, which the Pickett 2016 had. So this wine is definitely a night 2 or 2-hour decant. Well, I don't think this H3, this Horse Heaven Nose, got worse. The Mondavi got a little different on the nose. It's like it's like the oxygen made it, the chemical composition changed to smell like molasses. Yeah, I swear it smells like molasses or like maple syrup. Yeah, it's so weird. Nothing like anything I've tried. And then this one was the very vegetal, but even rotten vegetable, but vegetables you don't really want in a wine, like tomato. I don't like when I get a tomato. I love tomatoes, but tomato in a wine is, to me, sort of not really appealing. So that's it. We gave it a shot. It's a good wine. So do it again. Do it with something different. Maybe what we do is a low-end cab, medium cab, high-end cab, and then I'll drink the medium and the high, and leave the low just for tasting. As I noticed, I was spitting those just to give them a fair assessment. I don't really want to spit my Pickett out for the money I spent on it. I mean, if these were good, I would have drank them. I actually thought the Horse Heaven Hills might go well with steak. I thought a Washington steak cab, $15, might hold up. No, not this one. Not this one. And that's a named region. You know, this you have no idea where in California it's from. The Summers just tells you it's mostly from Sonoma and a little bit from Napa, so it could be from anywhere. Any vineyard, any leftover. Who knows where they bought the grapes, sourced the grapes. This actually says from Horse Heaven Hills, a specific AVA in American Viticulture. Gosh, what does the other A stand for? I don't even remember now. But an AVA, similar to a DOC, but an AVA, region in Washington State. So, you know, one of the wines that was happening from Washington State recently is one of my new favorite wines that I've ever had, the Pirouette, made by Philip Melka, and I had it in the unboxing, and actually had it the last 2 nights, last night and the night before. God, it's a good wine, so good. I will do an unboxing for that too, because I ordered a little bit more. So that's it for tonight on this, and we'll try it again. A little disappointed, but this happens. This happens in wine. I've been saying this about Napa Cab or California cabs for a long time. You really got to up the price point. That's why I beg people, don't forget cabs from Napa. Forget cabs from California. Go to other places. Go to Spain. I know Portugal's tough. There's more Spanish wines out there. Go to other regions, even Australia. You know, go to somewhere else. Just stay away from California at this price range. I just feel like this Mondavi seems manipulated, color added. Something's not right. This thing doesn't taste right. Horse Heaven Hills just tastes like a green, herbaceous green pepper. I mean, who's going to really want that? I mean, it's not okay. It's okay to have some of that, but it's too much. All right, we'll give it a shot. Try something else next time. We'll do it with whites. Maybe in the lower end of whites. Like I have a Montagny Burgundy white. So that's Chardonnay, and that wine's only like $13, and I really think it's good, really good for the price, from France. I mean, it's not from one of the name regions, but Montagny it's good enough, and it's good. So maybe in the world of white, I have a little bit more success, and we'll try it again. Have a good night.